Hello, hello! Welcome back to Cuphead. This is your rejected product gamer, Michael, and we are going to continue right along and talk with this little nerd. Huh, what's that? You two want to fly in a plane like I do? Ha! You're not sitting in any cockpit till you study those blueprints. So tutorial part 2, essentially. Great. So yeah, along with all of those running guns and just the ground bosses, there are a couple bosses that you do fight in planes. And the principles are pretty similar. You're just constantly platforming across, you can go up and down, shrink a little bit. The range obviously does not reach as far. You get maybe a quarter of the screen across. And you can hit those parries, which again, parries will also build up your special meter very quickly. If you get all 5, you can do a nice little super bomb, which will explode either immediately on contact, or if you just wait a little bit, it will get. And then singular will just fire off bullets like that. And they'll sire them too, so you'll have a bunch of knighted bullets to go off against your enemies. And just like that, we're ready to take it to the first foe. Hildeberg in Threatening Zeppelin. Again, if you're also just a fan of puns, this game has got it in spades, so you're always going to enjoy that. Alright, here we go. I tend to find that in this game, the flying bosses are such more difficult pains in the butt. Oh right, I only have the bullets. Spoiler alert, later on in the game you do get a second attack with the plane. But for now, we're just gonna have to deal. So he just goes straight out, or she, I should say. You never know, Hildeberg could not be assigned to any gender. This is not the time or the place for those kind of politic discussions. Alright, here we go. Oh, ooh, almost got there. But yeah, the way you'll get parries in this one is those little plane buddies that come along will occasionally shoot out pink ones, and those are your opportunity to get the parries. Ah, but that tornado got in the way, so I couldn't do anything. They're not giving me many opportunities here. Alright, we got Gemini here. This one's definitely tricky to dodge against and keep your perfect health. It just starts with the machine gun fire in one random location, at which point you just have to dodge and go around in the opposite direction. Oh gosh, they are blocking off those parries the entire way. This is going to be tough to get an A+ on. Nope, you will not get me with that tornado. We are going to stay flawless. We are going to stay perfection. There we go, there's a parry. Oop, almost got hit by the Haas. That person when you just laugh so audibly and distinctly with the enunciation that you can just tell every individual part of the laugh. It's just like, ha, 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 ha. It's almost like a comic book laugh. I'll be the first to put my hand up to the fact that, okay, so with these ones again, you can tell with the slight color tint, dang it, the star got me. But the red ones will be motion censored and they will go behind you. The brown ones you need to unleash before they get to you. Oh, saved it before the edge. Alright, 2 health. I think I got 2 parries in there. And pretty quick. 13 seconds before. Yeah, most of them will have a 2-minute timer before it goes gold. That should still be an A, I think? Maybe an A-. Okay, A-. No matter what my score is on these, once I beat them, I'll move on. Maybe I'll come back and try to do a challenge run after I beat the game of trying to get A's all across or A+. Or if you have any ideas in the comments of what other kind of challenges you want to see with this game. Whether it's take it on with just one weapon only, or some kind of speedrun mod or anything like that, let me know and I'll be happy to give it a try. So we're going to go right back, do another running gun, get some more coins so I can buy some more guns and shoot some more people and do more murder. That is something I want to know about this. So does everyone in this entire world essentially work for the devil? And if so, how did the teacup people become the only people that were not corrupted? This is a little tricky one. Yep. I don't need to get that one. The parries come later, or we're all good now. Running guns are usually pretty easy to get parries on, because that's all you have to do. Oh yeah, it's good to have the... Don't come for me. Don't come for me with your facts. Alright, there we go. Just nice, quick, easy elimination. Don't even need to make myself vulnerable. I can just stay walled off with my glass case of emotion. Actually, it would be more like a brick wall, wouldn't it, if I was trying to be a bit more walled off. Glass, a glass case of emotions, usually pretty fragile. Isn't that right, Ron Burgundy? It's a little cheap, I will admit. It's a little cheap just hanging out there being like, hey guys, I'm just gonna snipe you without you having the chance to look at me. Hope that's okay with you. Alright, so for this one, to get the coin, you gotta do this. Wait for the flame to go by, and I messed it up. But it's okay, he comes back. Oh, and he didn't get burned this time? Alright, take two. There we go. I guess it just took a little bit of time to reset. Alright, just a little bop, bop, bop. Do. I goofed it. I goofed it. We saved it. We saved it from the goof. Alright. Alright, so this guy just burns off some of these fools. I don't know where I'm going. Okay. I think we're gonna survive. Alright, now I just need to wait for them to all come back so that I can actually jump and make it to this end. And there we go. Sorry I got a little quiet there at the end. I just had to go into tryhard mode to make sure I beat that guy. The running guns tend to be a little more finicky, especially if you're trying to get... Oh, that took too long. But especially if you're trying to go for like those perfect scores and stuff like that, it can be a real compromise. Alright, A is good. If I had gotten under 2 minutes, it would have been the A+, the perfect score that we all strive to achieve in our lives, right? A moment of just pure approval. You just do everything right, and no one can say that you did anything wrong. What are you looking at? My chip? Ha! It's not my fault. I've been busy fighting off those casino debtors. Now I gotta save up to have my blade fixed. So help me, I wish someone just bust that king dice wand. What did you do? Like, there's maybe 3 or 4 people in this world that have done nothing wrong and are on our side, but it's not like we can team up. It's not like you can be our ally. So what do we do about that?
A brawl is surely brewing.
Alright, this one's definitely a little tricky, especially as you get further into the later stages. I'm gonna go into sniper mode because this one definitely requires you to be on the ground at first. You want those parries right away. Haha! Do-do-do. This guy's pretty straightforward. The homing missiles with the boomerang creature thing, I don't even know what that's meant to be. I'm just gonna get a little quiet right now so y'all can just enjoy that little horn music that's coming in right now. Ow! Maybe I shouldn't get quiet, because when I get quiet, I get dumb. Double boomerang, plus the snipers. Alright. Alright, we're good, we're good, we're good. Ah, oh, wow, that was some drug-laced, like, seed or something. It had me going hazy for a sec. Whoop. And get that parry. Alright, I got a little sloppy there in the middle before this final phase happened, I'll be honest. But we still got a pretty clean win there. Down to 1 HP, so I still don't think I've got that A. It might be even a B+. Time's good. Parry was good. Okay, so we're still probably looking at an A-. Still in the A range. Still maintaining a high GPA. Still being a good little boy for Elder Kettle. But yeah, if you never heard about this game, I would highly recommend checking it out. It's one of those things that you just... If you were on the indie gaming community when it came out, a lot of people were into it. Again, because of this artwork, you can kind of tell. I mean, just look at that card, just look at the background and everything. It's so nicely put together. But it's one of those games that mainstream, I don't think, got a huge amount of traction, but it really should have, because it's beautiful. It's so much fun to play. You can easily spend an hour getting away, but it also just shows you, by the time you finally beat something, it only took 2 minutes. So it kind of makes you infuriated that way when you just look at the time and realize you spent a whole hour trying to beat one boss. Obviously, I've gone through all that grunt work so that these runs are taking just 1 or 2 tries at most. But here we go. It's a 2-on-1 handicap match here tonight at the Thunderdome. Ugh, no, jeez. Off to a horrible start. So yeah, they got Ribby and Croaks. One's a puncher, one's a spitter. The most lethal tag team duo there is. And let's just get some super meters out of the way. So yeah, the pink comes in on every 3rd punch there, so you can plan for it and just kind of count it off in your head of 1, 2, jump parry, 1, 2, jump parry, so on and so forth. Now the second phase, you just kind of want to hold your ground. It's just a slight run back into place as you're watching for those planets to come bouncing in. I should probably switch to the sniper. I don't know if I was getting anything there. But yeah, this round is pretty straightforward. It's usually a good chance to build up your super, get those perks ready to go. This is where it gets really dickish by them. Because you have to wait for that hand to come down, so you're just doing a lot of survival in the meantime. And you got 3 or 4 options that you deal with based on what comes out here. Green one's not too bad. It's just a lot of flat platforms, so you gotta make sure you jump properly. And anytime you do something like that, it'll just ruin up your flow of the jumps. And usually you gotta turn back while you're doing jumps every now and then, so you're not getting full blast on this. And nothing until it opens up is doing any damage, so you just kind of gotta wing it. But we're living on 1 life right now, so we gotta make sure that we make the best of it. There we go! Ha! I still just have so much fun with this game, I'll be honest. Even though it's something I've probably played through a dozen times now, just trying to perfect it, it's just something that you have an absolute blast playing. Granted, once you figure it out. In the process, it is an absolute pain in the butt to try and enjoy. You will absolutely want to throw your controller. There were many moments, especially in later worlds that you'll see, where I got so frustrated and I will just want to have broken everything, essentially. Alright, what do you have to say?
Pecan spirits! Oh wait, you're real. I was about to hit you with the old parry move. That's how you deal with ghosts around here. Only a nitwit trash shooting someone who ain't really there. Speaking of not being places, would you fellas mind moving on? You're spooking the fish.
Should I tell her? Should I talk to her? Are you trying to catch dinner or like a mate or? You know, I'm not gonna ask. That you do you. You do you, girl. We will just go on into this creepy mausoleum.
Here comes a spooky punch. It's on.
Now this is a true test to make sure that you get your parries down. Essentially, if you don't know how to parry, these kinds of mini games will force you to learn. I actually discovered this game while dating somebody, and this was by far their least favorite part of the game because they did not enjoy doing any of the parrying. For whatever reason, it was just not sitting in their brain of how to do the rhythm, how to time it properly. But like I said, this game will ingrain it into you. You'll figure out how to do it. You'll figure out how to make it work for you. And essentially, you just gotta survive for a little bit. Obviously, this being the first mausoleum, it's pretty straightforward. You get a single bounce. You want to stay up on this table because it makes it nice and easy for you to attack from any location. It's pretty straightforward. They don't try to make it too challenging, but still enough to keep you on your toes. Hello.
Gosh, I don't know how to thank you boys for saving me. Where are my manners? I didn't even introduce myself. I am known as the legendary Chalice. Pleased to meet you. I was searching for magic and got trapped by those ghosts. Speaking of magic, please accept this gift. It should help. It will make you decapitate yourself. It's amazing. There are other mausoleums around Inkwell. I just wonder, will I be so foolish to get myself trapped in those as well? For plot development? Most likely.
Alright, we'll do... I think there's one more aspect to do on this round. Or let me take a look at the island. So you can always check your progress to... Oh.
Dear me, you mustn't forget that magical super arts have to be equipped in the menu before use.
So that's what this last slot for is. Once you get your special built up, all 5, you'll see the cards rotating in the bottom left-hand corner, and that's typically when you can use that, or that's the only time you can use it. List. Alright, we got everything finished in the first world. So we'll just go through to the bridge to the second world, and I think that'll be a nice spot to end it on. Oh, there's no ramp up there. Go home, Mugman, you're drunk. Alright, now for possibly my favorite music of the entire game. I'm just gonna let it run for a little bit before I do anything. Just listen.
I'm Mr. King Dice. I'm the gamest in the land. I never play nice. I'm the devil's right-hand man. I can't let you pass, 'cause you ain't done everything. Bring me those contracts, come on, bring them to the king. If you have
Yeah. Alright, what have you got to say?
worked assiduously,
Well, ain't that a pip? Looks like you boys really put the kibosh on them debtors. You can head on over to the next aisle. Plenty more marks for you to lean on there.
mess with me. Don't mess with King Dice. Don't mess with me.
But yeah, that's where I'm gonna end this episode. That was part 2 of Cuphead. We're through the first world. We're on to the second one. Things are only gonna get more difficult from here, and that might be where the rage starts to come in with this game. So stay tuned for that, and we will see you next time. If you like this video, give it a like, comment, share, subscribe, and we will see you next time. Goodbye, Internet!